from Africa to the rest of the world. That's the best way to put it. And these guys have been busy all year, especially this one and this one. They carry Medina, they roam like MTTU. And they roam. They roam. And with this 50 years of hip-hop freestyle, I'll get into all that. And you have equally been very busy trying to change the world.
Yes.
A Ghanaian at a time.
That's work to do.
There is a lot of work to do. A lot has changed in the last 5 years for you, Okyeame Kwame. Yes. And that's my first question. I mean, first off, congrats on the awards from the Ministry of Tourism, yeah? It's towards your contribution for tourism in Ghana.
Yes.
Basically, you're representing Ghana.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this is it. Yes. Well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you.
What does it mean to you?
You know, I did the Made in Ghana album in 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
And see, so to be recognized in 2023, it means that patience is a virtue.
Oh, wow.
You know, so I was really honored, you know, especially for my children. You know, because when I keep the awards in the hall, you know, every time they pass by it, it's like having a Chikata as your dad.
This matter.
You know, so every time you hear your father's name and you see his writings, you know that there's a lot of work to be done. You know, so it's to inspire myself, but to also to inspire my children, basically. You know, so I'm really honored.
Would you like to say that it's important for you to show something for the craft, some form of recognition for all the years of putting in hard work behind the microphone?
Yes.
Awards are very important.
Oh, it is important. It's not very important. It's more like the reward, which is the feedback, the positive feedback that you get from your creativity or from your input. That one is equally important as the award. The award is good, but it's not something that you should look forward to. If you get it, thank God. But if you don't get it, you just keep doing what you are supposed to do, because your primary energies as an artist goes into creating for the people. That's the most important.
Manifest, you share a different opinion. Plaques, awards. In your rap line, right? You talk something about this anyway.
Okyeame Kwame talk. And I didn't know that he wanted me to be a dad to his kids. He said Chikata.
You still get this, eh? After all these years.
No, I am Chikata. He wasn't referring to me.
Yeah, he was. He was referring to your dad.
How do you know? Why? Meat is not down on my neck.
God MC. Charlie, but congrats on the MTT tour. That was like 2 years out, in and out, doing this since 2022 when the album dropped, right?
Yeah, I mean we've been moving in 2021. We've been moving and grooving since then. Yeah.
Wow. And now, yes, Manifestivities finally here. This is where you bring it all together.
Absolutely. I mean, it's exciting this year because, man, it's very noisy in the studio. They have no idea.
We have a mini studio audience, yeah? So understand us.
Well, I mean, obviously, hip-hop is 50 this year, and it was a great opportunity to use this Manifestivities to celebrate hip-hop at 50. You know?
That's right.
I mean, hip-hop has been impactful in a place like Ghana, Africa, and beyond. So I think we really positioning that way was excellent. So and now that we are scaling up also to Untamed Empires was the perfect kind of segue. So
what influenced the change of venue though? Because
I mean, we needed to have a bit more to do more, because you know we are really pushing for it to be the festival it is, not a Manifest show. And that's what it has been growing into, and to be able to do that, have a Gen X stage, have like the dance workshop, the exhibition, all that. We needed a bit more space to curate and create the experience.
That's right. That's right. And it's going down this Sunday.
Yeah.
We hear you have some friends from outside or beyond our borders coming to
outside
support.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Let's do names.
You know, Asaka boys are going to be coming. I really love their movements. How are you going to do a hip hop at 50 without them? Ladipo from Nige, terrific artist and rapper. Shout outs to Show Them Camp, incredible.
Whoa. And about those, SDC, about Show Them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a reunion after, well, I've not heard of them in a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, they've been very active. Yeah,
Oh.
they've been very active. That means your mind,
You kind those days, those days that they play your song you never release, Fear of Mundane. That be the time I they play them a song.
No, they've been killing it. They've been very active. Yeah, there's Lamem Gang as well.
That's right.
Which is dope. We just announced Marion So Mario. You know, so it's going to be well curated. Sina So will come on my set. Well, Lassie will come on my set. There's other names I don't want to draw because I'll ruin the surprise.
You have surprises you don't want to ruin for us.
Of course, because that's part of the experience.
We've waited the whole year. Now we're what, 3 days away? I beg, don't surprise us any further.
No. You have to. I mean, just think of it this way: that there are many people I've worked with over the years, and they are definitely going to pop out. You know,
you've worked with Burna Boy. You've worked with okay. I didn't want to drop names, but yes. So definitely on Sunday, it's going down. You also have an exhibition tour. You always do.
Yes. So this year, the experience starts at 3 p.m.
Okay.
We've set up an exhibition called The Culture, Beats, Rhymes, and Representation. That you know, there's photography, there's fashion, there's film. We got incredible stuff from the archives. Shout outs to Reggie and a bunch of different people who over the last couple of months have given us like incredible footage. Music, of course. Yeah, so it's, and then live art. So we're actually going to commission an artist to do live art at the venue as well, because hip hop, you know, has all these facets to it, and African hip hop, for that matter, too, has a strong history. So we wanted to do an exhibition that represents beats, rhymes, and representation. So yeah, so we've curated it. It's pretty.
I want to find out from you how commercialized is African hip hop, and then tie that in with how challenging securing sponsorship for your own show has been, looking at everything else. I mean, people will say, oh yeah, you guys, your space, I beg if you get a surplus song, we will push kind of there. And Okyeame Kwame is also in the same space, so I'm sure this question will run through. You have your event on the 25th, Christmas Day, plus 2, 3, 3. I was there for the first 2. I missed out on 1, so this is the 4th.
This is the 4th.
Wow, tell us more.
Well, you know, hip life has become more than just a genre of music. It's become like fufu or banku or, you know, gobe. You know, it's become, it's become a Ghanaian thing that should be held, protected, and projected. So as someone, as a beneficiary of the genre, I think that it's my responsibility to find ways of keeping the name alive. You know, so on Christmas Day, which a lot of people are really excited about, you know, at the end of the year, I have been holding this hip life party for 4 years now. And what we do is we bring all sorts of classic hip life artists to recreate that nostalgia, to have people wear their boots, wear their jeans, you know, like we used to do it in the mid-90s through the 20s. And then we bring DJs to come and play the rest of the songs of the artists that are not representing. And it is the most beautiful experience.
And it's very intimate. I mean,
yes, it is.
For that audience, you can do 5,000 people at that place.
No, not at all. You can do 600.
You connect with them directly as well.
And it's a fusion of PA, DJ music, and live music with some acapellas and some of the artists that you've not heard in a long time, you know. Some of the artists that have not performed in 10 years. So we do a fusion of some hip life artists who are consistently performing and some other hip life artists that people don't hear of, you know. So it's a beautiful thing. But the key thing here is to hold the heritage.
So hip life is not dead.
No.
Amapiano is not killed hip life.
No. Hip life
is not killed.
No. Hip life is not dead. It's just that young people do not want to, or young people have not used the nomenclature. But the sound or the explanation as being a fusion of high life and hip hop, that's what Asaka, the Kwaku Flake, young people, that's what they're all doing. It's just still a fusion of high life music and hip hop music.
Are they fed up with the genre? Why would they want to, if it's that good, why would they want to give us a fusion? Why would they want to?
Many reasons.
Why change the winning formula?
The first one is when you go on iTunes. See, when we made hip life music, we used to sell units. So I will make CDs and cassettes and take it to Kantamanto and Kajetia. People come and buy it. You know, now we put the music on iTunes. But there's no genre as hip life. So where are they going to put the music? That's the first one.
You
So
can create it.
so unless we create platforms that we are going to have high life, Afrobeat, Densiomu, palm wine, hip life, and then push it to the world, the young people will make music like we made and call it a name that will be viable for the time.
But is that not the problem? I mean, is that not why we're losing it? And a lot of people are saying this. We grab onto something that's good and originally Ghanaian, and then some way, somehow, we just drop it.
It's not just, we don't just drop it like that. There are nuances. There are reasons. The other reasons as to, I remember before Okyeame Kofi and I called our music hip life. We called it Afro or Afme Osibi or Afme rap or exactly rap Osibi. We're thinking of all sorts of names to call our type of music. And then Reggie created or Reggie made hip life popular.
Yeah.
And then I felt proud that I
Associate
called
yourself.
my music hip life. Why? Because it was cool, it was cosmopolitan, and it made money.
All right.
So if for the kids it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense to call the thing. To call it, you see, let's draw an inspiration from our senior brother hip hop. When they created the classic hip hop sound, it came with the culture, the graffiti, the DJing, the popping and locking. But when the sound became bigger, we now had variants of a hip hop soul, hip hop neo soul,
yeah.
hip hop R&B, hip hop this. So when hip life was becoming big, we were to also create variants of a hip hop azonto,
hip hop
Afrobeat,
Okay.
hip life azonto, hip life Afrobeat. But we failed to do that. And because of that, young people who do not want to identify with what we did as representative of our time think that, okay, that's their time, it was cool, let us create something else. You know, so the nuances, there are so many reasons. But I'm happy that the sound is still alive and Ghanaians still love it.
And that's why you should show up on Christmas Day from exactly 6 p.m.? What time?
Oh, no, from 9 p.m. The band
9 p.m.
From 9.
Okay.
9 till very, 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 very late.
So you're done with family time,
Exactly.
sharing gifts and all that, or sleeping, for those of us who love to sleep on Christmas Day. Maybe you born Jesus, but you tire past Mary. You want to sleep all day. Make sure by 8:30 you're headed to plus 233. It's just right here, not too far from. It's a very small space. So 600, we are done.
600.
So make sure you're among the selected
600 beautiful people.
Yeah, exactly. And then that brings to the question of commercialization and sponsorship and all that. Manifest, I've not seen any, well, I've seen a few sponsors on your flyer. How easy or challenging was it to secure sponsorship for?
Big shout outs to Hennessy.
Okay, all right.
For supporting. Big shout outs to APSA for supporting, and all our media partners as well.
All right.
And then there's other people that have come on board. It's always difficult to get resources and the sums that can really move the needle. We are always upping up the production game. That means our costs also keep going up. I'll show you a video of sort of the setup, and you go weak. So to answer the short answer is, it's difficult to get sponsorship, I believe, because we don't seem to be quite there yet in our ecosystem where we are fully invested in the value that comes out of some of these things, right? And sort of how it helps with brand equity, brand affinity, and all these things. So it's on to us, the artists and all the independent people who create events and ideas to really, together with an audience, like show how powerful and valuable these things are, to make people chase us instead of us chasing them. So if you fit do certain things, money could chase you.
Wow.
I think it's possible.
Maybe some more money you push for this thing inside. Well, some of us will come in. Okyeame Kwame, for you, I mean, you've been in these rooms having very difficult conversations around numbers, trying to assure these people that it's money well spent. You know, your space is not that serious. You know, when you put money there, what's my return on investment? You know, they have all these conversations around you.
Yeah,
what do you tell them?
I tell them what they know already. They can't do anything without us. It is impossible to sell anything. Either you are selling politics, you're selling drinks,
some brands,
you're selling without artists, entertainers, footballers. There's nothing you can do. Because if you are selling something, they know that either it's emotive or it's functional. So after you've sold the properties or the qualities of the product, how do you get a human face for people to want to identify with it? It's us. The thing is that the Akan word for entertainment, arts, is agro. You know, so they intentionally seek the surface meaning and not the metaphoric meaning, and say that we're playing agro. I think it's just politics. They know that they know the value. But then again, we need to also consider the economy, you know, because what we are doing for someone to go and see his show, that person must pay school fees, buy clothes, take his children to the hospital, before he will have an extra 1,000
Why pay
cedis.
school fees when you come to Manifestivities?
You know, so it's based on residual income. So if
Some people, but that notion must change though.
But it's
where
not-
people feel like I would have to take care of those other important things before having some good quality time.
Nana,
with
we
people.
have to be honest. I have never seen a hungry boy admiring the sunset before.
It's true.
When you are hungry, you don't admire the flower. You want to
You have
cut
other
it
things
down
of
and go and
interest.
cook it. You know, so to be honest, for the arts and entertainment space to work, everything else must also work.
Thank you.
So let me shamefully quote Karl Marx. He
Okay.
said, you can't indulge in art unless you've learned to clothe and feed yourself.
That's right.
You know,
So for the basic needs, they
exactly.
must be
So it is
sorted.
important. That's why it's also important for artists like myself to lend my face, my voice, and my image to developmental things like push made in Ghana, push buy local, push this one, push that policy.
Play Ghana.
Exactly. So that there will be backward integration, which will lead to development of the whole holistic nation. Then people will buy art.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Well, December is here. There has been a relaunch, let me put it that way, or recall, or rekindled fights for us to play Ghanaian music. For musicians, when you heard this news, what was your first impression of how this was communicated and how you perceive Ghanaians to receive this news? Manifest.
If I'm being completely honest, I haven't fully kept abreast with it. I just loosely have seen what's happening, and some of these things are a no-brainer.
That's right.
In terms of beyond the music, a lot of our creative outputs should be definitely prioritized and given a lot of space. Why not? I mean, there's a lot of, and not even, me when I hear some of these things, I start thinking of the fact that we actually need to think beyond it benefiting those who have the limelight, right? So
Okay.
a lot of times you're thinking of really just 10 to 15 artists or maybe 20 artists.
The mainstream.
Whatever you want to call it, you know. And I think that's part of actually why maybe the Ghana music agenda is restricted, because it seems one way, and it doesn't seem as quality. So then a DJ, my man here might say that Charlie, he needs a broad range of things to play, things that can be emotive like an Ira Star, can be like a Thames, can be whatever. But then that means we're not platforming enough dope stuff here that's like that. When I hear some of these agendas, I think that we are talking about the same. You guys, actually, you the media, are partly responsible for that, right? Or for that.
We control the narrative?
Yeah, control the narrative. Whereas, like, why don't we make space for
Alternative music.
it doesn't have to be alternative. There's so many kinds of music, you understand? Like, the country in which Afrobeat is dominant has so many non-Afrobeat artists excelling. And we tend to one-way it out, right? And so that's part of the problem. It's like we are not diversifying our ecosystem in a way in which the dopeness from every angle is being whatever. At any point in time, an Asha could be big and a Two-Face could be big. In Ghana, our understanding of something different is always to try to like knock it and say that, oh, we did, no, oh, we did, this one, you're not gonna make money. Like, I like using
I was
Thames
gonna ask
because
that.
she doesn't do Afrobeat and she's global and all these kind of things. But in Ghana, an artist like myself, an artist so many kinds of artists who lots of people love are always boxed in by the agenda of
media.
TV3 and everybody else. Since I'm sitting here, so what I'm trying to say is, long and short, it's a very long answer, I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, please, I'm learning a lot.
Is that without even knowing the fullness of this current movement to support Ghana music, I know that it goes beyond playing 2 or 3 artists.
It goes beyond
playing 2 or 3 artists. There's a bunch of talented,
Let's widen the net.
artists who are thinking to themselves, you people, you don't play us anyway.
It's good you
so this
mentioned
agenda it doesn't even have anything to do with us.
True.
There's probably like hundreds of artists who are dope, and I'm thinking like this agenda that you people are pushing, myself, we know the inside.
No, no, I understand where he's coming from. And I meet a lot of these musicians who go like, there seems to be no space for us. It's either you're playing A, B, C, D, and the media.
Is there no space
and the
or
media
no
is
space is being
championing?
made?
Yes, no space is being made.
There
for
is
us.
space. There's lots of, so you can't say there's no space.
No, I mean the musicians say that.
No, there is space.
There is no space for them, and it's good you raised this.
You play Adele. You play Adele. You play Celine Dion on show bars, right? So how can there be no space? There is space. So
on this point of yours, where you're talking about other musicians who are equally very good, who also need the same platform to get their stuff out there. We know you started off a challenge for some of this rising stars. I hate calling them undergrounds. So rising stars. Yes, so we're going to drop that. But the same question will go to you, Okyeame Kwame, right after this. So let's take a listen. Check out some of these freestyles from Manifest's page. Manifestivities. Dope.
That's the point like a 2 guard. Michael Jeffrey flow, that be why I'm too hard.
If you aim for the king, you better not miss. It's for these dummy niggas trying to put me in the ditch. These niggas rats in the corner when they start to snitch. Call them Patty LaBelle, how they sing in perfect pitch. It was the sitch with the mullah when I come around. I don't play no games, fuck controllers, you just run around in circles cause you acting clueless, gotta dumb it down. You my kids, entertain you with the funny sounds. You speak a boot when they start to switch up on you. You ain't deaf and dumb, but they think that they can speak for you. They break their necks just so they can get a peek at you. Cause they yellow bellied like they Pokemon speak at you. I